We often think that strength is about winning every argument, about never backing down, but what if that's not it at all? Today, we're diving into a really profound and honestly misunderstood virtue, drawing from the powerful teachings of Acharya Prashant. This isn't about weakness, not even close. It's about a deeper, way more potent kind of courage. And it all starts with a simple idea that might just change everything.
Just let that sink in for a second. This one idea, it kind of flips our whole concept of bravery on its head, doesn't it? It suggests that the biggest victories, the real ones, aren't won out on some public stage for everyone to see. No, they're won in the quiet, hidden theater of our own minds. Because the real fight, it's not out there, it's in here.
Just think about your average day. Every notification that pops up, every opinion you scroll past, every headline, it's like a constant battlefield of provocations. Life is always poking and prodding, almost begging us to engage, to react, to prove ourselves in 1,000 tiny, ultimately meaningless ways.
And this is the trap, right? This is what gets us. We fall into it every single time. We treat every little poke and prod like it's the main event. But according to the wisdom of Acharya Prashant, most of them are just distractions. They're illusions dressed up as problems, and they're designed to do one thing and one thing only: drain you of your most precious resource.
So this brings us to a really radical question about what strength even is. We're taught from day one to stand our ground, to never back down. But what if that whole definition isn't just wrong? What if it's actually destructive? What if it's all just a big illusion? So look at this. It's a pretty stark contrast. On one side, you've got the world's idea of courage. Fight everything, prove everything, never give an inch. But on the other side, you have the truth that Acharya Prashant is pointing to, that this approach is just a massive, massive drain on your life force, spent on things that are, in the end, totally trivial. It's like trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. It's pointless.
And that's the core of it, really. Your life, your attention, your energy, it's not infinite. Think of it like a currency, and it's an incredibly valuable one. Every moment you spend sucked into a meaningless argument or a petty conflict is a moment you will never, ever get back. It's a resource you just can't afford to waste.
And this is why this path is so incredibly difficult. Choosing not to fight, well, to the outside world, it can look a lot like weakness. To bow down, to walk away, to just stay quiet, these are things that people just don't understand. But they're not signs of weakness at all. They are expressions of profound wisdom and real inner strength.
Okay, so this is where the story takes a really dramatic turn, inward. Because if all those battles out there in the world are just distractions, it begs a huge question about where the real conflict is. The battlefield isn't the world around you. The battlefield is the world within you.
So let's just ask it straight up. If the person you're arguing with, or the situation that's making you angry, or that little insult you can't let go of, if none of those are the real enemy, then who is? What is? Here they are. These are the real adversaries. It's your own conditioning, the stuff that makes you react on autopilot without even thinking. It's your own fears, the ones that tell you that you constantly have to prove yourself. It's your own attachments, the things you fight so hard to protect. And maybe biggest of all, it's your own ego, which just cannot stand to be seen as weak. This is where true courage is born, in the battle against these inner tyrants.
And that brings us to the true power, the real genius of walking away. It is not an act of surrender. It is a strategic masterpiece. It is the conscious, deliberate decision to save up all of your strength, all of your focus, for the one battle that truly matters, the one you absolutely cannot afford to lose.
Now, this takes immense courage, because the world will judge you. People will call you passive, your own ego is going to scream at you that you're being weak, and the teaching here is simple. Let them. Let the mocking just fade into background noise, because your peace and your energy are so much more important than their opinions. So, if we're supposed to walk away from almost everything, how on earth do we recognize the one war we absolutely must wage, the one that isn't a distraction, but is in fact the entire point of our existence?
See, the right battle isn't something you go looking for. It finds you. It touches you at your very core. It challenges the very foundation of who you think you are. It's not about changing someone else. It's about a total demand for your own inner transformation. And when this battle comes to your door, there's no retreat, there's no surrender. You stand your ground, even if it costs you absolutely everything you thought was important.
That, right there, is courage.
Not the loud, flashy, look-at-me bravado of the ego, but the quiet, unshakable resolve to face your own transformation. It's the willingness to fight the war within, no matter what it costs.
And so, we end by turning this right back to you. When you manage to clear away all the noise, all the distractions, all the trivial little fights, what is the one great battle that's left? What is the war within that truly defines who you are?